Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got a review for you. Now, I haven't done a review for maybe like a week or two, and if you're wondering why, it's just because I took a little bit of a break from FIFA and stuff like that. I have still been playing, but I just not put the videos out. So, on this Dean Weir card then. Now, I saw this card come out and I prioritised him over any other card that I've got currently going out. So, he's 5'11", got the high medium work rate, he's left footed with 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now, I played him on 3 accounts, I played him on 2 of my mate's account and also my account. As you can see, the 8 match got 14 goals and 2 assists, which is a very good record considering I had a lot of players to bounce between. So, on alternate positions, he can only play the left mid and also the left wing position, which is a little bit frustrating at times, because if you want to have a little bit of variety with the central stuff and maybe the right mid, you can't necessarily do that. But with that being said, it is still a decent card for the price as well. So on stats then, so he's got the 90 pace, 86 shooting, 89 passing, 92 dribbling, and the 76 physical. So on paper, looks like a very nice well-rounded card. There's a few stats I want to go on, in particular like that finishing and stuff like that, and the agility, and especially he's got the weak foot upgrade on this card. But I'll speak more about after on the positive and negative side of things. If you do enjoy the clips or want to see more, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot, and I'll see you after the positive and negatives. Peace.
Broken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul. I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life. You'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
So, what's my other thoughts about Dean Weir card then? Now, first I'll kick it off with the 4-star weak foot, 5-star skills. Now, if this card had the 2 or 3-star weak foot on this card with the same price, I feel like genuinely people still wouldn't complain. But since he's had the upgraded weak foot, it makes this card even better, and it's just a very nice attribute about him. Now, the weak for me, generally speaking, it's actually quite decent. He would miss a few chances here and there, and the odd inconsistent one, but that is because of the finishing, I think, mainly. But generally speaking, that weak foot is very consistent. Now, the 5-star skills for him, obviously very nice. He's not the tallest, so that's very nice for like agility and stuff like that, and especially since he's got the high agility stat and the high dribbling stat, it just allows him to twist and turn really nicely and be very swift on the ball. Now the pace for me is decent. I feel like you do recommend the Hunter on him, maybe even a Deadeye or maybe a Sniper, but that doesn't actually boost the finishing stats, so probably not. So I recommend the Hunter Chem stat. I just feel like that's best for him, and a lot of people will be using it on him. So it just boosts that pace up really nicely, makes it very fast, and makes it very easy to get through on goal. Now, the shooting attributes for me. So, generally speaking, on that left foot, he's got the Travellas, he's got a lot of stuff going through, he's got the attack positioning, he's got the shot power. Obviously, the finishing at times might be a little bit inconsistent, but because of those composure stats, he, generally speaking, will score a lot of his chances. And as you see by the clips, he's very deadly. And he's also got long shots in his locker as well, which is very nice because those Travellas, as you've seen in one of the clips, I greened it and it just went flying, which was a very nice attribute. Now, with the passing, this is where I feel like this card got so much variety about him. He's got the really good, look at his curve, 97 curve on this card. It just makes his finesse is really good, the vision's good, the free kick accuracy is good, the short pass and long pass aren't like, they're not like amazing, but don't get me wrong, they're still very good. So this is where you can play him cam if you wanted to, you can play him wide, you can play him striker. He's one of the most versatile cards you can get in this game at the minute. Now, the dribbling for me is, in my opinion, his best attribute. The agility stat with their dribbling, the ball control, all just go hand in hand really nicely. Just makes him a very swift and agile card, and genuinely didn't have any issues with it, like not even a single issue with it when he was twisting and turning, always very smooth on it. Now, unfortunately, the balance and the strength are the two low points about the card. Because he's not got the highest of balance, he needs high strength or vice versa, but he doesn't have either, so he will get pushed the ball quite easily by the big centre back, so you do need to stay away from that if possible. Now, this is a little bit of an attribute I find quite interesting about the card. So he's got 61 stance tackle, which is actually quite high for a striker or an attacker, should I say. And he's also got, like, not bad aggression. So those two combined might be able to, maybe if you use, like, possibly an attacking centre mid or stuff like that. I know that's a very big stretch because he's got a low defensive awareness. But with that being said, if you are struggling and you do need one of your attackers to play midfield, he definitely can because he's got the good aggression and the good stance tackle. Now, unfortunately for me, the head and accuracy jumping are very useless. Even that jumping, he's not really going to be winning any headers, and even against the fullbacks, most of them are either going to be taller than like the Theo Hernandez or like that, or have better jumping. So generally speaking, he's not going to be an aerial threat. Now, as I've already talked about, the strength is a little bit low. The aggression is not bad, but the stamina, this is where I feel like you can play him wherever you feel like. Like, the stamina is actually very versatile. I feel like mainly you should play him wide or striker. Maybe because I feel like that cam will get a little bit outdated fast, and if you got the right instructions, or the wrong instructions, so let's say, he might burn out quite fast. But with that being said, he still has the versatility to play there if you need him to. So on to my overall scores about the card then. Now, if you don't know how this segment works, I rank each individual stat, so the pace, shooting, passing, in score out of 10. I also give a value for coins and also an overall score, just to give you a little bit more insight on the card. So first music pegs, the overall for this I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 level, it's not like Alawaran or Mbappe level fast, but don't get me wrong, he is still really fast. Now shooting for me, again, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I feel like I would give it a 10 out of 10 maybe if you had a bit more volleys, a bit more finishing, maybe a bit more penalties as well, but that doesn't really affect this card too much because obviously you just put someone else on it. Now passing for me, depending on where you play him, so if you're going to play him striker, I would give him more like a maybe like a 8.5 out of 10, but as a cam or wide, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's still very good attribute, but I just feel like it needs a little bit more short or long pass, just to be more like a 9 out of 10 and stuff like that. So the drilling for me overall, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only one I can really pick holes in this is the balance, and obviously the strength goes a little bit hand in hand with that, but generally speaking, it's a very nice attribute overall. Now the physicals for me, so the one that matters mainly is his stamina, and he's got that in abundance, but the rest of the attributes are kind of average for him, so overall I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So on overall score for the card then, I actually have really enjoyed this card. I'm going to give him a 9.2 out of 10. He's a very good card. He's Argentinian, so he gets a link to like Messi and stuff like that. He's Juventus, so he's got a link to Cuadrado, maybe that Bremer card, and maybe a few of the World Cup icons, the World Cup heroes, sorry, like the Nakatas, like the Cordobas. They're both very good cards. Brolin, another good card. So generally speaking, on value for coins, I'm obviously giving it a 10 out of 10. He's the best SBC in my opinion so far this year. He reminds me a bit like Fekir for value for coins. It generally is going to be so good for so long, and I highly recommend you picking him up, even if it's just for your bench. He's just an absolute amazing card. If you don't get him, I feel like you're a bit of a fool. But that's all for my view. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot. But I've got nothing more to say, so I'll see you in the next one, and peace out, guys.